Hello everybody and welcome back to the Time Sticking YouTube channel. My name is Jake, as most of you know, and in today's video I wanted to talk about an Antiques Roadshow episode that aired back in February. It highlighted an absolute gem of a timepiece and I couldn't help but talk about it. So stick with me through this intro and I'll be talking about this wristwatch with you. The historical significance of many timepieces can get lost to the ages, which is why stumbling upon timepieces like the one we're highlighting today can be such a treat. With some watch companies having histories that span centuries, the value of some older pieces can be completely forgotten. Thankfully, there are folks in this world who make it their career to find the value in old treasures. Some experts ply their trade in repairs, others in journalism, and of course at auction houses, converging expert knowledge on a variety of antique subjects, including vintage timepieces, is the Antiques Roadshow. Originally broadcasting in 1979 in the United Kingdom, this series has become an international sensation among audiences of all ages. 1997 marked the program's jump across the pond, and the rest has been, well, history. 16 nominations for Primetime Emmy Awards, Hollywood celebrity hosts, and more have made it to a phenomenon built on the curiosity and value of the past. So what could the curiosity and value of the past have to do with wristwatches? Well, if we haven't already made it clear with our previous posts, perhaps a couple of highlights from the Antiques Roadshow will help to illustrate. An episode that aired on February 19th of 2020 highlighted a classic diving timepiece. In the episode, a woman from Sacramento, California, presented a near unfathomable find from a thrift shop, a Blancpain 50 Fathoms Aqualung. Gaining the Aqualung moniker from famed diver Jacques Rousseau, these watches are a veritable Swiss classic. Sporting all of its original parts, the watch's legacy and construction alone are incredibly valuable. Blancpain themselves are the oldest watch brand in history. Their name, dating back to 1735, already carries a lot of weight at the auction house. The appraiser, Pete Plains, appears pretty enthused to let the watch owner know the true value of her find. During their conversation about the Aqualung piece, Plains asks her how much she expects the watch is worth. After paying just $100, she guesses 12 or 13. His response is, 100 or 1,000, you're thinking? Plains then goes on to tell the woman that her $100 thrift store find is worth anywhere between $25,000 and $35,000. Timeless quality, with the history to back it up, can be found in some pretty unlikely places, to say the least. In another episode of Antiques Roadshow from January 2014, another example of latent excellence finding its way into the light is portrayed. In the video, a woman presenting 7 of her grandfather's watches is looking to find their monetary value. What she doesn't realize is that she's sitting on a potpourri of the best names in the world, as the appraiser Paul Winnicky put it. In the collection, she has 2 Patek Philippe watches, 2 Audemars Piguet watches, a Blancpain, a stainless steel Rolex Day-Date, and a Cartier Santos watch. Each of these watches on their own paint a rich tapestry of Swiss watchmaking that spans centuries. Originally found by the curious woman in a cardboard box, each piece is nearly priceless, considering they were made during the 1960s through the 1980s. As her appraisal continues, and as usual, she guesses that her whole collection is worth around a few $1,000s. However, appraiser Paul Winnicky turns that script on its head quite quickly. He expertly points out that most of the watches in the collection are made with precious metals. Winnicky also points out that one of the Piguet watches has a rare movement and was purchased from a renowned jewelry shop in Switzerland named Gubelin, a buzzworthy name for collectors. Winnicky shocks the woman in the episode by listing the value of each watch. After running down the list, all 7 are appraised at around $46,000 to $57,000. Turns out, Grandpa had great taste, built on the back of Swiss tradition. Spending time at the Antiques Roadshow, we here at Time Sticking could cite hundreds of examples of incredible timepieces being rediscovered, from multiple eras, never mind the pieces that come into our shop. Hopefully, the 2 examples that we've mentioned before build some curiosity surrounding the value of everyday treasures. Mechanical watches, as they age, often go up in value over time, especially if they're well maintained. The Antiques Roadshow itself can almost be considered an antique on its own. With over 40 years under its belt between the US and the UK, it has cataloged countless found and inherited pieces of import. It's not so rare to have a piece of watchmaking history right under your nose, so keep your eyes peeled for anything that looks familiar on screen, and let us know what you find down in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.
Wow, thanks again for watching our YouTube video today. If you really enjoyed it, we actually have a couple more videos available just right here and right there. On top of that, our entire channel is at your disposal, and if you subscribe by clicking the link that's right next to me, we'll give you the latest update on our most recent videos. So, thanks again for watching, and we hope to see you again.